Rwanda asylum flight, where does legal setback leave ministers? For more than 20 years, successive governments have wrestled, often with limited success, with what to do about people who reach the northern coast of France, dreaming of a future in the UK. From clinging to lorries to perilous crossings in small boats, Home Secretaries from David Blunkett to Priti Patel have cast around for solutions. The magnetism for many of Britain hasn't diminished. In fact, the opposite, there's been an exponential rise in small boat crossings in recent years. The Rwanda policy comes at considerable cost, £120 million as an upfront payment to Kigali, for a start, and while ministers say the number of people who might be sent there is uncapped, it's thought it may number just hundreds per year. It so far numbers 0, after confirmation just 20 minutes or so before the first flight was due to leave, that all those asylum seekers due to be on it had obtained legal injunctions that granted them a reprieve. The irritation from those in government is palpable, and they are determined to press ahead with their plans. They make the case that there is a moral compulsion to act, given the risks those crossing the channel are subjecting themselves to when the costs are spiraling as the number of arrivals spiral too. So, they conclude, a deterrent with shock value is deemed necessary. Let's talk about two things: the law and public opinion. While plenty of those possessed of titles and opinions, and platforms from which to articulate them, have expressed their outrage, from archbishops to lawyers and, privately, at least it would seem, the heir to the throne, public opinion is considerably more nuanced. It brings me back to a point I've made before: noisy people in politics attract attention. Quieter people, rather less of it. So people with big job titles and bigger opinions command headlines, but let's look a little deeper. Rwanda deportation plane image source, Reuters. Image caption: the plane had been due to fly to Rwanda on Tuesday evening. Polling suggests, yes, it's a divisive idea, there is no doubt many are repulsed by it, but an overwhelming majority had previously been critical of the lack of a government plan. You might remember last November at least 27 people died in the channel trying to cross to reach England. Shortly after, according to a poll by Savannah Conres, just 1 in 5 thought the Home Secretary Priti Patel was handling the issue well, rising to 3 in 10 Conservative voters. Figures in government tell me those working on the issue increasingly felt the situation was unsustainable, that something new and different and bold was now necessary. When the Rwanda policy was announced, a poll immediately afterwards, again by Savanta, found that just under half of the public supported it, compared with 26% who opposed it. 10 days later, the same polling company found support had slipped a bit, to 41%, while 28% were against it.